This is Rydo, and we're back with another recording of Hearthstone. Today we're looking at the deck rebuilds for the Boomsday project. Last time we looked at the mage, not really much to do with the mage. In fact, it's kind of a running theme that not a lot's changing too much with the new cards being added. And if anything, I'm really just giving and handing over control to hsreplay.net and telling it to tell me what cards to play. For the Paladin, we've got some mech and magnetic cards, which probably means this would be a good deck to play with magnetic. It probably, here's a Divine Shield card, which probably means I could continue to play my Divine Shield deck. And I'm not sure if anything else really changes too much. Feels like this Shrink Ray. Set the attack and health of all minions to 1. Seems like that kind of card has already existed. But it might be the combination of two cards. There might have been a card that set the attack of all minions to 1 and a card that set the health of all minions to 1, and this one does both. Give all minions in your hand +1/+1, and resurrect 3 friendly mechs. They keep their magnetic upgrades. And certainly if you had that card, then a mech deck certainly makes some sense. Currently what I have is a shield deck. A game playing strategy of playing things with Divine Shield so you can play the Blood Knight to gain +3/+3 for the potential 6 other minions on the field, up to 6 minions on the field with Divine Shield. Then they lose all their Divine Shields, and this one would get +18/+18 if there was 6 other Divine Shielded minions on the field. This one gives you this one gives you everything, I believe, because the only thing that this deck probably doesn't have is Wind Fury. So maybe if I found a Wind Fury card and threw it in here, that might be worth it. Now this card, not that card, not that card. Where is it? After a friendly minion loses Divine Shield, gain +2 attack. So theoretically, if you had Bolvar of Fireblood on the field and you played this, then the remaining 5 minions, if they had Divine Shield, would give this character +15/+15 and give this character, where is he? There, +10 attack. So that's the idea. What changes in the shield deck is almost nothing from what I'm seeing here. I think basically nothing. We put this mech in so we find something that we want to take out. Divine Shield Rush at 8. I think we can get rid of that. And we can take a secret, I think. Let's see, Divine Shield Rush. We'll take this instead. And let's see, we've got maybe a bigger Divine Shield minion. Give 2 mechs Divine Shield. Stealth and Divine Shield. It's probably not a bad move. So I'll get rid of these and take these. And I think that's kinda it. Yeah. I don't think a lot changes otherwise. It's still the same single-minded concept. If I switch this deck to all cards and start looking at Divine Shields, yes, there was the Shielded Mini-Bot that's a mech in Divine Shield. A lot of cards here that just give Divine Shield. When you summon a 1/1 minion, give it Divine Shield. Doesn't seem like there's too much other though. Like, I don't think there's a card that has gone into Wild that specifically gets an extra attack or extra health because you've lost Divine Shield, or because something has Divine Shield. So yeah, keeping this in Standard is actually rather easy. We barely made any changes on that. The other deck is a Secrets deck, which, duh, it's just designed to mostly play Secrets cards, and that's kind of it. It's just designed to win with a Secrets deck, and making it a Wild deck to play more Secrets doesn't really change anything. I could throw in a couple of Secrets. Let's see, recruit 3 minions. Like, I could take this out. Easy. I could... Let's see. Take this out. And that's those two. And then let me see if there are any neutral cards that have secret in the name. No. So there's no secret expansion card to consider. Yeah. I could play some more secrets. Let's see. Take that. And see, this probably was an HS replay deck. It seems a little too balanced otherwise. But I just, of course, unbalanced it. Put a secret from your deck into the battlefield with this Death Rattle. We could use this, and we could use Baron Riverdale. You could restore 4 health for all to your hero for each secret. Let's see. Or 4 health at the end of the turn if you control any secrets. You can gain +1/+1 and taunt, but that's just a battle cry, so it's not really the best. Yep, doesn't really change too much. Take this and this and this and this. Let's see, if I wanted this to go back to standard, I guess nothing changes. Ooh. This is kind of sucking. It really is. Is there any other Paladin decks around here? No. It just not really making a lot of changes. Witchwood at least had some cards in it. Like this Sound the Bells was an interesting card that caught my eye, but it feels like this next Boomsday project was a rushed out collection of cards. And of course, Ben Bro, the guy in charge, doesn't work for the company, and he can't stop working after Witchwood came out, so maybe there's a connection there, maybe there isn't. Because, yeah, I just don't see anything here that I have, at least, that makes sense, or even makes me want to play these cards. So I'm getting down to the point where I'm kind of regretting even buying any cards for the new expansion, instead of just, well, on my main account it would have been really silly to buy 100 classic card packs, but it wouldn't have been super silly to say buy a bunch of Nguru card packs or Frozen Throne card packs, whatever ones I could actually get. I think Frozen Throne may have been a single player expansion. Yeah, I really have nothing else to say here. I can't even, for the life of me, start to think about another Paladin. There was a Murloc Paladin deck that I'm playing, I believe, on my European account. But that's kind of it. So, with these tiny little changes, I guess we could try this. We'll just play a couple games and then kind of just move on. I don't know if I even really need to play any games on this, as so little has changed.
Arthas versus Rexar.
And I really don't feel like Hearthstone is such a delicately designed game that you really, by taking out one card or adding one card, I don't think that's gonna drastically change your experience. Might change it a little, but I doubt it's gonna change it completely. So, do I have a mech to do this with? Let's see.
The light dims, but we fight.
Even the gameplay strategy in this is going to be boring, because theoretically I'm just going to try and fill all 6 spots up with Divine Shield minions before he plays something that will start getting rid of Divine Shields. If I played this right now, it would be a 9/9, which isn't terrible. Like, not for the 3rd turn, not bad at all.
I wonder.
But then he very possibly will have a silence or a counter for that. You probably should, in any deck you're building, and I haven't been considering any of that, you probably should have something that is along the lines of a strategy to
the Sindora.
just silence something.
Repent.
Yeah, theoretically you probably should have the owl or the other basic neutral character that silences minions. You probably should have the toxic ooze that would destroy a weapon. Those kind of are staples in any deck you're building, just so you have something that counters a weapon, something that counters a taunt minion, or something that's really powerful. Generally speaking, you just work your way through secrets. We've yet to see a card introduced that is a good secret destroyer. Stealth Divine Shield. So this one has Divine Shields. It would be almost impossible for this to get destroyed.
To my side.
Unless I attack and this turns out to be an explosive trap. And meanwhile, while I am trying to get all this stuff done,
Only a fool rejects the Lich King.
he is whittling away at my life. The Divine Shield deck is not terrible, but it is again built around the concept of doing a daily quest to play Divine Shield minions, which may not really even be a daily quest. It's hard to remember which ones are which. The vast majority of daily quests that I see are built around just having the player win a certain number of times. Okay.
This last act of sacrifice is mine.
And I wish I just had one more, just one more mana crystal. It's probably not gonna win this turn, but give it 3 turns.
A grim destiny. A grim destiny.
Okay. Can we do this? This. And then this.
Glory to the Sindora. A grim destiny.
So that works. Kill that. Let's just attack here. Alright, that didn't do anything. Attack there. So maybe I'll win. I've got 18, 19, 21. So that's the best strategy that this deck really has right now. And like I said, probably should put a Toxic Ooze in here. Probably should put a Silence of Minion. And the couple new Divine Shield minions added didn't really add anything to it. Didn't change the game drastically. Let's try this one, I suppose. Just for fun. Although, you know, it is kind of late too, so I don't know why I'm doing these just for fun games. They're, one, they're not fun. B, they're boring. C, they're I jumped from saying 1 to B. Bullet point 3 that they aren't really that fun. So this is a secret deck. So we kind of know what that's built around, although this is probably an itch-just replay deck more than anything else. So play this, play this. Play this in the turn. A priest is unlikely to be able to kill these two in this first or second turn. So next turn I can play this and play this. This, that, which then buffs these both up to 3/4s. And so we're already on our way to winning with our main strategy. Let's see. Tie. Select one. Noble Sacrifice. Play that. Attack. Attack. Halfway to victory. But this really does depend on how lucky are you to get at least one Secret Keeper. Is there actually any other strategy here? Not a ton. Like Knife Juggler and Noble Sacrifice are supposed to work together, sort of. But that's kind of it.
Not quite what was planned. You have better.
see. Is there anything else even here? And since the new month only started about a week ago, yeah, I am down low at rank 21. I'd like to be higher. I'd like to end this month using HS replay decks at say 18, 16, 15. I'd like to move up one rank every month if I could. I think that's somewhat a reasonable goal. And let's see, is there anything else to really even say about the secret deck? No. Yeah, these deck rebuilds, like, I don't know, maybe I've lost my touch, or maybe it's the expansion. Somebody's gonna have to let me know in the comments if they've got like really cool ideas, really great synergies, because I am just not seeing anything really that new. Magnetism is cool, and if I was going to make 9 decks for each of the 9 character classes that were just mech decks with magnetism, I suppose that would be something different, but it's not really using any of the classic cards or any of the other expansions at all. And I wonder when the expansions, come to think of it, when the next season year happens and we have Unguru and Frozen Throne go into Wild and maybe Kobolds, like, I wonder what that gameplay is really gonna look like at that point, because I doubt Kobolds and Witchwood and Boomsday are gonna synergize much at all. If we assume that in a couple years Witchwood and Kobolds also gonna go in the wild, then Boomsday will be the beginning of some new combination. So whatever new expansions come out after Boomsday are gonna have to synergize it and work based on that. Maybe that was their trick all along, because Nexramus was a single player expansion, and then the first new card pack, if these are in chronological order, which I believe they are, would have been Goblins versus Gnomes, and that would have been where mechs all started with. And then as the single player expansion of Blackrock Mountain, and then the card pack expansion of Grand Tournament, and the single player expansion of League of Explorers, and the card pack expansion of Old Gods, and single player expansion of Karazhan, and the card pack expansion of Gadzistan, all happened in, I think, those orders. They all kind of had to play against Goblins versus Gnomes or just ignore Goblins versus Gnomes, and I think for the most part they ignored Goblins versus Gnomes. So yeah. Anyways, there's no reason to delay it. That's going to be it for this recording. As always, I ask you to like, share, subscribe, comment, and watch every second of my videos. If you want to friend or follow me on any social media sites, there's a whole bunch of links down below in the description box. Thank you for watching. Have a good evening.